On 8th December 1974, the young Albert D'Souza was ordained a priest for the Diocese of Lucknow by the Most Reverend Dr. Cecil D'Souza, the then Bishop of Lucknow. Today, Archbishop Albert turns 50 years in priesthood. What unfolded during these 50 years in the life of Archbishop Albert is the miracle that is possible only when God mixes with us. It is a journey that began in Moodbele, Mangalore, where he was born on 4th August 1945 as the 9th child of his parents' 13 children. His father, late Mr. Emmanuel D'Souza, and his mother, late Mrs. Magdalene D'Souza, were his foremost teachers in faith and morals. It was upon that solid foundation laid by his parents that he grew up as a man of prayer and action. 3 of his brothers also became priests, and one of them, Father Alphonsus D'Souza, went on to become the Bishop of Raiganj Diocese in the year 1987. His 2 sisters became religious nuns. During his school days itself, boy Albert had exhibited his leadership qualities and love for the church at the same time. He was the school parliament leader as early as in class 8. After his high school and diploma, he moved to Mumbai and lived there for a year. It was at the age of 19 that Albert joined St. Paul's Minor Seminary for the Diocese of Lucknow. His seminary life was a smooth sailing experience. As a theology student in Allahabad Regional Seminary, he was the house beadle. Filled with the love of God and a desire for the service of humanity, he was ordained a priest at the age of 29. He was first appointed in Baspur village in Lucknow Diocese and worked there with utmost dedication. He would himself plough the land using the tilling tractor. Besides his pastoral engagements, he also busied himself in farming and taking care of livestock. Youth ministry was very close to the heart of young Father Albert D'Souza. It was he who took the initiative to begin the life orientation program in the Agra region in the year 1981.
Yeah, it was 3rd or 4th year of my priesthood. I was forced to be in the minor seminary. Sometimes there were new students coming 60, 70 at a time. That's where entire regional bishops were sent them also outside the region. There were a large number of young boys, 16, 17 years of age, and we were training them for pre-degree. So I was engaged in English language, literature. I saw the inner thirst of them, an uncertainty of their vocation as such. So I gathered parish youth, not only the parish I was, but neighborhood parishes, parish mission, and particularly youth retreats. And those years, charismatic retreats were very popular. I entered into that charismatic level of explaining growth in faith, life in the Spirit, growth in the Spirit, and living by the Spirit. Those were the steps taken. I popularized among the youth, and it was desired then by the regional bishops. I remember still Creation Mundada, the Bishanor, was interested in youth. He was the chairman, and we discussed it among the youth animators. We had a regional youth animators team. Father Malik was one of those from representing Agra, and Chode Bhai and a few other sisters. We had a team that Samuel Francis, Asteya we call him. So we had a team, we weighed ourselves, we will 2 by 2 go to different dioceses. From there we desired the boys and girls who did retreats with us, whom we met 2 or 3 times in the span of 2 or 3 years, regularly, those who attend the retreats. Father Moon is one of the examples, and a few other girls who have become nuns today, and at least 112 or more priests I have got those 4 or 5 years, and over 60, 70 nuns from different congregations. So what I am now summarizing it is that creating interest among the local people to serve the needs of the church. And that is how systematic faith formation by retreats, summed up in having 2 months of summer vacation, 1 month, 30 days, we called them to one place. Different dioceses would host them. So I was the main person mobilizing and full-time living with them. I had 1 or 2 sisters to help, and we had visiting fathers to help the whole program of 1 month. So the result has been great, and we would evaluate them in the end of the retreat, a 3-day retreat we had, and discernment was there, and they would fill up the form and would inform respective diocesan youth directors. They would carry them forward. So this is how we have a good number of priests, religious in UP, who were of this life orientation program, was supposed to have been a deeper experience of faith in Christ, sacramental benefit, and at the same time sense of the church. We don't stop only as altar servers or choir members or youth members in the parish, something to see beyond. I feel happy today this has become a normal program in our region.
Archbishop Albert served the diocesan clergy of Lucknow as the clergy director for 5 years until 1984. He worked as a formator in the diocesan minor seminary for 7 years. Father Albert was then sent to Rome for higher studies in the year 1984. Besides his academic acumen, he also captured everyone's attention through his natural leadership qualities. In Rome, he was appointed as the secretary of the Indian Priests' Union. After completing his PhD in spirituality, he returned to India in the year 1988. He joined on the staff of St. Joseph's Regional Seminary, Allahabad, as a professor in the year 1989. The Archbishop recalls that it was during a retreat to the CJ Sisters in Lucknow in October 1992 that he received the letter from the nuncio seeking his consent for episcopate. His episcopal consecration took place on 7th February 1993 by the laying on of hands by the Most Reverend George Zur, the then Apostolic Nuncio to India. In his tenure as the Bishop of Lucknow, the diocese saw a flurry of developmental and mission expansion projects. The transfer of Archbishop Oswald Gracious of Agra to the Archdiocese of Bombay paved way for the promotion of Bishop Albert to be the Archbishop of Agra in the year 2007. After completing 14 years as the prelate of the Diocese of Lucknow, he was installed as the Archbishop of Agra on April 11, 2007. His tenure as the Archbishop of Agra saw unprecedented expansion and development in the Archdiocese. As many as 6 new churches were built, 13 new educational institutions were opened, including St. Alphonsus Special School. More than 20 new religious communities were invited, and they established their houses in the diocese to assist in the diocesan evangelization efforts. Land was purchased for the mission expansion works in all the districts of the diocese. The renovation of the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception and the Akbar's Church were undertaken during Archbishop Albert's tenure. The Archdiocese is blessed by the presence of the cloistered nuns belonging to the Poor Clare Collatines congregation, thanks to Archbishop Albert for inviting them to the diocese. Archbishop Albert was instrumental in starting St. Joseph's Kitchen in Agra to provide free ration to the hungry through the funding of Caritas Agra. He also launched housing loan schemes for the homeless and sponsored scholarships for higher education and professional training. He is a man of determination and farsightedness. As kind-hearted he is towards the poor and needy of the society, he is also an ardent teacher of faith.
Priesthood is a gift from God. Archbishop Emeritus His Grace Albert D'Souza, जो आज पुरोहित समन्वय की 50वीं गोल्डन जुबली बना रहे हैं, हम ईश्वर को धन्यवाद देते हैं। एक डायसेजन प्रीस्ट के रूप में आपका मुख्य कार्य चर्च के मजबूत स्तंभ बनाना था, एंड दिस वॉज पॉसिबल बाय यूथ एंगेजमेंट इन चर्च एक्टिविटीज। मुझे याद है मेरी पहली मुलाकात जीवन लक्ष्य निर्माण शिविर कानपुर 1984 में हुई। आपको चर्च कलीसिया के विस्तार के निर्माण स्तंभ के रूप में भी देखा जाता है। आपका महत्वपूर्ण योगदान आगरा आर्च डायसिस में न्यू पैरिशेस, न्यू स्कूल्स और विभिन्न कांग्रीगेशन को आमंत्रण और हमारी डायसिस के लिए योगदान देने के लिए प्रोत्साहित करना। मुझे आशा है कि इस विरासत को आर्च डायसिस के विकास के लिए अत्यंत प्रेम और देखभाल के साथ बनाए रखा जाएगा। हम आपको हमेशा हमारे पूर्वजों के रूप में गिनेंगे। The good part of priesthoodship is that you never get retired. और इसी संदेश के साथ ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करता हूं आप हमेशा हमारे साथ जुड़े रहें और मार्गदर्शक के रूप में हमारी पूर्वजों की भांति हमारे साथ रहें। Wishing you once again a very happy Golden Jubilee.
Archbishop Albert has contributed immensely to the Church in India by serving the Catholic Bishops' Conference of India as its Secretary General for 6 years. It was a momentous occasion for the Church in India when Archbishop was appointed to spearhead the Institute of Consecrated Life in the Federation of Asian Bishops' Conference for 6 long years. One of the outstanding qualities of his life as a bishop is his unconditional love for the priests and religious in crisis. He takes it upon himself to help them overcome their spiritual battle and bring them to experience the love of God and to be fruitful laborers in his vineyard. Dear Archbishop Albert D'Souza, we, the lay faithful, the priests, the men and women religious, and Archbishop the Most Reverend Rafi Manjali, along with all present here, thank you wholeheartedly for all that you have done to us. We congratulate you and pray that the good Lord may continue to keep you in the best of your health. Thank you.